the hidden mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. Between the coast of Miami, the shores of Bermuda, and the island of Puerto Rico, lies a vast stretch of ocean. To the untrained eye, it is nothing more than endless blue waters meeting a horizon of skies. Beautiful, serene, timeless. And yet, beneath this surface, there are whispers. Whispers of vanishing ships, of planes that never return, and of entire crews erased as if they never existed. This place has a name that carries fear and fascination. It is called the Bermuda Triangle. The first vanishings. The mysteries of this place did not begin in modern times. They stretch back for centuries. Even Christopher Columbus himself, on his very first voyage across the Atlantic, wrote of strange phenomena in these waters. He described a ball of fire that fell from the heavens into the sea. He spoke of compasses that spun without reason, refusing to point north, leaving his crew unsettled and afraid. Centuries later, in 1918, the USS Cyclops, a mighty vessel of the United States Navy, set sail with more than 300 men aboard. The ship never arrived. No call for help was sent. No floating wreckage was ever found. It was as though the sea had simply swallowed it whole. But perhaps the most chilling story came in December of 1945. 5 Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, left the coast of Florida on what should have been a routine training mission. Soon after takeoff, their radios crackled with confusion. Their leader reported that the compasses had failed, that nothing looked familiar, that the ocean itself looked wrong. His final words were haunting, "We can't tell which way is west. Everything looks strange." And then, silence. A rescue plane was dispatched. That plane too, vanished. In just a few hours, 6 aircraft and 27 men were gone. No trace has ever been found. Inside the storm. Now, imagine being on one of those doomed flights. The sky begins to darken. Clouds gather thick and heavy. Lightning splits the heavens, illuminating a restless ocean below. The plane shudders as winds howl outside. Passengers grip their seats. Some close their eyes. Others whisper hurried prayers. And then, something stranger. A glow. Not from the sky above, but from the waters below. A soft, unnatural blue rising from the depths of the sea. It flickers. It pulses. It almost feels alive. The instruments fail. Lights flicker inside the cabin. Reality itself seems to twist. Time stretches. Seconds feel like minutes. Minutes, like hours. And then, just as suddenly, silence. The ocean claims its own. How do we explain these mysteries? Science has tried. Some speak of powerful magnetic fields that bend the path of compasses, sending pilots and sailors into confusion. Others point to vast reserves of methane gas trapped beneath the seabed. If released, they say, the bubbles could rise, making the water so light that a ship would sink instantly, without warning, without a chance for escape. There are those who believe violent weather plays its part, waterspouts, sudden storms, and rogue waves taller than buildings. And yes, these oceans are known for their fury. But still, none of these explanations account for the missing wreckage. None explain why planes vanish from radar and never return. None explain why entire ships disappear without a single piece of debris. And so, other theories arise. Theories that science dares not fully embrace. Some whisper of a tear in time itself. A rift. A gateway to another dimension. Pilots have reported entering strange clouds where the world outside warped and twisted. When they emerged, they discovered that hours had passed in the blink of an eye, and yet their fuel tanks were full, untouched, as though no time had passed at all. Atlantis connection. Among the strangest of all is the legend of Atlantis. For thousands of years, stories have been told of a great civilization, one with technology so advanced it could harness the very energy of the earth. Some believe Atlantis lies beneath the waters of the Bermuda Triangle. That its ancient power still hums from the deep, disrupting ships and planes that stray too close. And what of the glowing blue lights reported by pilots and sailors? Could these be the beating heart of Atlantis itself? A warning, perhaps, to keep away, or a lure, pulling the curious closer to their doom. One story, never confirmed but always whispered, tells of a passenger flight in the 1980s. Midway through its journey, the plane vanished from radar. Hours later, it reappeared, landing safely, as though nothing had happened. But when officials checked, every clock on board was wrong. According to the instruments, the plane had arrived 2 hours before it had ever left. And the passengers? They sat in silence, staring straight ahead, their eyes wide, their expressions empty. When investigators tried to question them, the passengers whispered only one phrase, over and over again, the ocean knows. The Bermuda Triangle remains one of the greatest mysteries of our world. A place where history and myth overlap, where reason and imagination collide. Perhaps the truth lies buried in the waves. Perhaps it waits in another world entirely. But one truth cannot be denied. Those who enter the Bermuda Triangle may never return.